Hello, I am SallyJoMCooper, and this is Herb. These are the conversations with Herb. Herb is a piece of my mind, just not all of it. All conversations with Herb are stories about my dreams. 18 August 2019. I dreamed about being in a church last night. I dreamed I was there with a friend. We had came in different doors. We could hear the service happening, but could not find the right entrance to enter. The main room, everything was immaculate white. We went up and down white stairs and white hallways. It felt a little maze-like. We found the entrance, but it was the priest entrance to behind the altar, so we could not go in. Then we kept looking. We found a pool. It was part of the church. I was explaining to Catherine. One of the teens was swimming in the pool. Was a neighbor kid of mine, or a friend who was a neighbor kid. I was going to ask him about the entrance. Then I woke up. The pool room was also white and immaculate. It did not look or seem out of place. I also dreamed about getting into a military contractor convoy in a small 4-door truck. We were properly armed. We had a travel pass from the host nation. We didn't know if it would hold up, but it just said the white guy can travel. I didn't have shoes. It didn't bother me. We got to a place. There was a table of stones for sale, really nice ones. The table was an Afghan, but there were white opals from Ethiopia. They had intense color. They had a sheen when they turned in the light. 27 August 2019. A few nights ago, I dreamed I was walking with my baby on a beach. I walked in front of a tunnel in the opening to the sandbank. Then inside, there was a tan, cleanly cut sandstone walls. It sounded like there was a party in a room inside. It was well lit, so I walked in and walked down the stairs and walked down and around the stairs and began to narrow. And then the corners, it turned. They were squared. The walls became rougher, less finished as we went down. We turned around a corner and saw a dead end. Then I knew it was a trap. I turned, holding my baby tightly. I climbed the stairs as fast as I could, and as I got to the final portion, I could see the light from the outside. I could see a shadow of a large man. There he was, trying to hide. We were trying to hide from him in the tunnel. So even though I was carrying my baby, I determined that my best bet was to rush him as fiercely as I could, and I yelled to force my way past him, and I woke up. Later that night, I dreamed I squished a purple blackhead out of my nose. On the end, there was a sprouting green bean leaf. A day or two later, I dreamed I was sitting in a meeting with my old company co-workers, discussing if I was going to stay permanently or not this time. I was not, but I was going to work with them for a while. I was happy and sad to see them. I had missed them and the work, but I did not want to be away from my baby. These are getting faster now. This group might be disjointed, but I'm sort of playing catch up. The plan is it would be much better to just do these dreams as I go along. But I feel like somehow doing any of my dreams means that doing all of them is relevant. Because they're like a series, they're like a chronology, they're like pieces of the same thing. And I won't include them all. I won't include ones that don't obviously seem to have some symbolism. I won't include ones that aren't spectacular or entertaining to some degree, unless they recur. If they recur, then they are for that alone. But I feel like this backlog is necessary to make sense of the new ones. I feel like it all builds on itself, and somehow this all builds up with my artwork. It builds up with understanding symbolism, and it builds up with a possible conversation we can have of what are the shared dreams, when are the shared dreams, and how do they affect us. So I'll continue. 6 September 2019. Last night I dreamed of a place that was on the ranch but wasn't. In the dream, I was one of 3 siblings. I had to leave so the other 2 could own. But for some reason, one of the brothers was going to be in jail till he was old, and his stone house would sit without him, and this caused me grief. The feds or the army or something were coming for Captain America, but not in costume, and he was there. I woke stressed and groggy. September 12th, 2019. Last night I dreamed of walking around a place like Molesworth in England, looking for a place to do laundry with my baby. We came to a room where my first babysitters were there. The mister, the babysitters, he was seated at the head of a large wooden table, and others were there. One of my aunts, my great aunts, was there, and I introduced them to him, and I introduced them all to my baby. And they invited me to stay, and I told them we could not, and we left, and I continued to look for a place to do laundry. That completes most of my relevant backlog. Maybe as time goes on, I'll sift through them again and find 1 or 2 more. I have a lot of dreams of home and missing home. And I have dreams about the church now and again. Some of that is obvious. I don't get to live where I want to be. And I struggle with my relationship with the church. And the influence of my years in the service come back at me meaning different things. But that's the way dreams are. They bring the old with the new, and they put your past, present, and future in the same place somehow. And it's all very interesting. Thank you for listening to my little stories. about the little things that go on inside my mind, simple nuance. I hope they cause you some type of joy or affirmation or solace. I'll see you next time.